I will today start with the topic on trading strategies involving option contracts. Just like we have discussed about trading strategies for futures, and in the last discussion we have talked about that there are two types of option contracts, call options and put options. So basically, when we talk about trading strategies in option contracts, the strategies can be divided into three categories. They are classified as covered strategies, spread strategies, and combination strategies. As we know that there are two types of option contracts, call option and put options. So in case of covered strategies, investor can take a position in the option contract and simultaneously take a position in the underlying. So we are trying to create a hedge or trying to cover our underlying asset which we already hold or which we are going to hold based on this. Second type of strategies are spread strategies. In this case, we take a position in two or more option contract of the same type. These strategies where both the strategies or both the positions are in option contracts, either of the same type or of different types, then we call them as spread strategies. Third is a combination strategy where we take a position in a combination of call plus put combination. So they are known as a combination strategies. So let's first talk about covered strategies. In case of covered strategies, position in an option. So in case of covered strategy means that we have one position in the underlying asset, simultaneously we have a position in the option contract. So there is a long position in the stock. Long position means we have purchased the stock with a short position in a call option. Call option, as you all know, gives the buyer right to buy. So this strategy is also known as covered call strategy. Then there is short position. Second kind of strategy is short position in stock and long position in call. There is so much of disturbance when anybody joins in between, so it causes. So that's why I wait for 5-10 minutes to start. So the whole flow goes away in between. That's why I either prefer to upload a video rather than talking to you, because it is more of, if it is a chit chat then it is okay, but otherwise the whole flow goes away. And somebody else will also join at 2:45. अटेंडेंस तो मार्क हो ही गई है, तो आने की क्या जरूरत है इतनी लेट आने की. So second strategy can be that there is a short position in stock and long position in the call option. Then we can have a strategy of long position in a put contract with a long position in the stock, which is also known as protective put. And fourth one can be that there is short position in a put contract and short position in stock. So something like this, as we have already discussed in the previous topic when we were talking about that if you buy the underlying asset, so this is, if you already have a long position in the stock, so you have this as your, as the spot price will go up, your investment will also go up. And then you have a position in the call option. So this is your payoff. So your net payoff is shown in this red marking, which shows that in case the spot price goes up or is greater than the exercise price, you will have limited profit, and your losses will also be unlimited if the price goes below the spot price. So this is known as a covered call. So like this, we can design payoffs for various types of contracts. I'm talking about bull spread strategy or spread strategies. So very famous are bull spread strategy, bear spread strategy, butterfly strategy, box spread strategies. So we'll discuss each one of them one by one. What do you mean by a bull spread strategy using calls? In case of a bull spread strategy, we are buying a call option on a stock with a particular strike price and selling a call option on the same stock with a higher strike price. Because a call price always decreases, as we discussed in the previous lecture, that what are the properties of stock option prices, so a call price will always decrease as the strike price will increase, and the value of option sold is always less than the value of option bought. So basically they are trying to say that bull spread means, as the name suggests, bull. So bull means when the market is on an upward phase. So whenever the market is going up and you want to create a strategy, so you can use a bull spread. That means you can create a strategy using call options. So you buy a call option with let's say K strike price, and then you buy another you sell another call option on the same stock with a higher strike price. So that means you have got two strike prices. You have K1 and you have K2. So K2 is, you can say, so is there any eraser? Yeah. So K2 is greater than K1. So this is the necessary condition for creating a bull spread strategy. So you are buying something which is priced lesser than the price of the call option which you are selling is more. Now in this case, what will happen? There can be three scenarios that can happen at the time of expiry. So let's say at the time of expiry, the stock price ST. Now ST can be greater than K, it can be less than K, or it can be equal to K. So there can be three possibilities. Now what happens, that we have to see that what will be the outcome of the strategy in terms of total payoffs, how much will be the payoff from the long call, and how much will be the payoff from the short call. So that is what we have to evaluate. You can, no need to remember these formulas, you can always logically solve it. You will get the same answer what they are trying to give. So let's say if it happens that the stock price is greater than the K2. The K2 is the short call. You have sold a call option with a higher strike price. So if the spot price is greater than K2, for example, you have an option contract where let's say K1 is equal to 25 and K2 is equal to 35, right? K2 is short call and this is long call. Now let's say the spot price is 30. If or let's say the spot price, in the first condition we say that the spot price is 40. So if the spot price is greater than K2, so spot price is greater than K2, what will happen to the long call? So the person will, whether he will buy it in the market or he will exercise the contract, he will definitely exercise the contract, right? Because he will earn a profit of, implied profit of 15. So he will buy it in the option contract. So the payoff from the long call will be spot price minus K1. So 40 minus 25, that is 15. And what will be the payoff from the short call? So in case of the short call, this investor is, he has sold the right to buy to someone else. So the other party will also exercise the option because the spot price in the market is 40 and the exercise price of this short call is 35. So the option contract will be exercised. So this person who has taken this short call, he will incur a loss of -5. So K2 is K2 minus S2, K2 minus ST. So it is 35 minus 40, so -5 is your loss. So plus 15 minus 5, so your net payoff is K2 minus K1, 15 minus 5, 10. So your net payoff comes out to be 10. Second option can be that the spot price is, let's say, 20. What happens then? The third scenario. If the spot price is 20, the long call, you are a long call buyer. Okay, you have a long call. Will you buy it from the market or you will exercise the contract? You will buy it from the market. So the long option will not be exercised. Even the short option, the other person who has purchased the short call from you, he also will buy it from the spot price rather than exercising the option. So he will also not buy. So the total payoff is 0. What happens if the price lies between, if S is, let's say, 30? So we come to the second situation where spot price is greater than the long call K1 but is less than the short call K2 price. What happens? So the long call which you have the right to buy, will you buy it from the call option or you will buy it from the market? You will buy it from the call option. So this call option will be exercised, long call will be exercised, and your payoff will be plus 5, 30 minus 25. So it will be profit of 5. And the short call, the person who has the short call, who has the right to sell, who will decide whether he will buy it from you or from the market, he will not exercise the option contract. So his payoff will be 0. So total payoff is 5 rupees as the profit which you have earned in case of this kind of a strategy. So that means either, if you see the 3 scenarios, so if it is bullish phase in the market, if you are going for a bull strategy and you are uncertain about that whether the prices will go up or will go down, and you create a spread for yourself, you buy the same underlying asset at a low price as well as at a high price. The low price one is where you buy and the high price one you sell as a call option. So your profits can be the difference in the, your profit can be the difference between the two strike prices or exercise prices. That can be your maximum profit. Your minimum profit will be 0, or in between, if the prices will lie in between the two strike prices, then you will have some amount of profit. So this is how you create a bull spread strategy. Now let's do a numerical on this. For example, this. Now there's an investor who buys $3 call with a strike price of 30 and sells for $1 a call with a strike price of 35. How do you calculate the bull spread payoffs, or what will be the profit? Now either you use those formulas or you simply calculate it on your own. So there is a strike price of 30. So you have K1 is equal to 30, where you are a buyer of a call. K2 is 35. And this is the price you pay, $3 for a strike price of 30 and $1 for a strike price of 35. Now what happens if, now we can take 3 scenarios, that what can be your spot price. If your spot price is greater than K2, if it is greater than K2, then spot price, whatever it is, for example, in this scenario, we can take an option like we say that the spot price is 40. The second option we can take is that the spot price is 32. Third option we can talk about is that the spot price is 25. Now, if the spot price is greater than 35, that means it is equal to 40. So whether the long option will be exercised or not, yes, it will be exercised. and how much will be the profit? 40 minus 35 minus 3, because $3 you will pay upfront as a option premium price. So 5 minus 3, $2 is what you save here. And payoff from a short call, in case of a short call it is 35, it will also be exercised. So 35 minus 40, that is minus 5, plus $1 because you have received this option premium, because you have sold the short call. So you are receiving the option premium. So minus 5 plus 1, here you had a profit of plus 2. So plus 2 minus 5 plus 1 comes out.
हम plus 2 थोड़ा ना होगा, strike price 30 है तो 40 minus 30 10 minus 37 होगा. Strike price 30 है तो 40 minus 30 10 minus 37 होगा.
क्या ये देखिए ना, स्ट्राइक प्राइस स्पॉट प्राइस है 40, ठीक है, और लॉन्ग ऑप्शन की स्ट्राइक प्राइस है 30. सो 10, ओके, 10 minus 2 7, ठीक है, 7 minus 5 plus 1. So this will be your payoff. Second scenario, it is lying between 30 and 35. So let's say the price is 32. So for the long call, it is 32 minus 30 minus $3, because this will be exercised. In this case, it will not be exercised in case of a short call. So $1 which you have received as an option premium price. So 32 minus 32, so this will be your net payoff in case of if the price will lie between K1 and K2. If spot price is less than 30, so if it is let's say 25, so this will not be exercised, this will also not be exercised, but you have already paid $3 as an option premium price, and you have received $1 as an option premium
K2
price.
जो 30 क्या है?
Comes out to be your net payoff.
K2 जो 30 क्या है? K2 जो 35 जो है इसका मतलब क्या है?
What are you saying?
K2 जो 35 जो है इसका मतलब क्या है?
K2 means it is the strike price of the option contract. For example, the underlying asset is, let's say, Reliance share. So at what price you will buy the Reliance share from the option contract? You will buy it at the rate of 35, and there will be some actual price in the market for the underlying share. So let's say that price is 40 or whatever is the spot price we are talking about. On the basis of that only the investor decides whether he will exercise the contract or not exercise the contract. And ये जो $1 and $3 है, this is the option premium price which we have to pay, which is paid upfront in case of any kind of option contract. The buyer pays it to the seller. So if we try to map it in a graph, so the payoff will come out like this. So that means the profit can be, so if the prices go either way, if it goes less or goes more, you will have your profits will be maximized, and here your losses will also be maximized. But in between you will have, let's say, a profit line of which is mediating both K1 and K2. So if the market is bullish, then we can increase our profits by creating a spread strategy using call options. Similarly, we can also create a spread strategy in a bullish phase using put option. So what will be the strategy? The strategy goes like this, that you buy a put option with a low strike price and sell a put option with the higher strike price. So long put has K1, which is the smaller price, and short put has K2, which is the bigger price, and then your profits will be that if the market will go bullish, you will maximize your profits.